How do you feel about looking at someone's family history as far as like their family? You know, they always say that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Is that true in some cases?
Well, yeah, probably, but you know, you can't go by that.
Right.
Well, I had a dysfunctional family, you know, and I went to a psychic once and I said, you probably feel like that, you know, you were adopted, you know, because, you know, I didn't take on the alcoholism and stuff,
Right.
but I did take on the sexual, you know, like that. So addiction, you know, it's not really addiction, but the, you know, because I felt like there was ice on my heart, so I couldn't feel here. So that's how I felt, and it was from, you know, the dysfunction of family. But the thing is, you really can't go by that because these people can break away. They don't know how to.
Correct.
And the whole key is to get, you know, be around healthy people.
Correct.
Don't be around the same dysfunctional people, you know, because that's who you're going to be.
Right.
And if your family's that way, I mean, there's a few people in my family I do not talk to. I mean, I wish them well, but I can't because of the dysfunction. You know, it's unhealthy for me, my kids, or to be around. You know, it's just, it's not good. But yeah, so kids.
I got you. I got you.
I
So
have to go back to your question because I kind of went.
No, I mean, yeah, but basically your childhood can affect you, but
Totally.
when you're an adult, you're supposed to make that decision for yourself to
You
break
got
away
it.
from your past.
You see, exactly. And what kids do, they blame their parents. And, you know, and for all they're wrong.
Right.
No. Once you're a certain age,
It's on you at
it's
that
your
point.
choices are your choices.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that's what I've told my son. You know, it's no matter how I raised you, your choices now are you.
Yours. Right.
Yeah, it's not, yeah.
We talk about it a lot in our family, and it's instilling the core values. You know, I have 2 daughters of my own, and you know, that's one of the things that I try to instill
Yes.
is, you know, keep your moral fabric intact. That's the core of you.
Oh, so
and when
good.
you're out here looking for someone, try to compare yourself with the core values of them. If they do not match, you're not equally yoked.
Oh, that's good.
You know, I usually look at it that way because the core of a person never changes. You know, you can look at different situations where money, you know, can, you know, change people. You know, pretty much economic situations changes a lot of people for the good and the bad. And, you know, that's one of the things where I try to get them to not be superficial and just look at, you know, who are you really dealing with as a person? Who is
Right.
this person? You know, are their core values as far as, you know, being respectable to themselves? You know, do they respect
That's where
themselves?
it begins. Self first.
Self first. Do they respect their parents? Because if you look at how they're talking to their mom or their father, that's pretty much how they're going to talk to you.
Yes.
And how they treat their friends.
Yes.
You have to look at them sociably. You know, how is this person on a social level? You know, are they cool with everybody? Or, you know, and I think that's how you can pretty much get a gauge on what type of person you're dealing with. And that's what I try to teach my kids. So
That's great. See, we need more parents that do that. Think of the moral, the value, because if you don't, I mean, it's only going to be heard out there.
right.
And, you know, and it's going to mess up your life, you know. And you had said something, you know, respecting parents. You know,
Right.
a lot of kids, so many kids don't like their parents or don't want to be around them, even if they're good parents. The thing is, no matter what, I mean, my parents weren't healthy parents, you know, like my dad drank, but when he didn't, you know, he was a super nice, great guy. My mom was pretty naive and couldn't teach us things, you know, and which is sad, you know, so we had to learn no on our own, you know.
Right.
First time I said no many years later after growing up and getting married, and I learned to say no to sexual or whatever, it was a big change in my life. You know, it was
Gotcha.
like, oh, that didn't hurt.
Yeah.
You know, but one of the things, respect for your parents. Even if you don't think you like them or how they were or how they're teaching you or whatever, respect them.
Right.
I mean, do not, I don't think you should insult your parents. Just build your own self then and what you think. But this mistreating and bad-mouthing parents, I don't care who they are, you know, you don't like them, grow within yourself
Yeah.
to be a better person then, and move on.
And you know, and that's the good thing of, you know, and then, you know, relating it back to the book, you know, you have to grow as a person. You have to grow as a person. You have to mature as a
Yes.
person to be good in a relationship, I feel.
That's right.
And it does take trial and error. You know, maybe 101 men, it may be 5 people,
Yes.
but you have to grow though. That
That's
is
right.
the main part of it.
That's right.
And there's nothing wrong with growth.
No.
You know, growth is always good. So, what good things have you heard about the book? I know a lot of people have read it. It's all over the world. So
is.
give me some of the, you know, the reactions to the book that you have gotten.
Wow. Well, I've had some great response. And like you said, it is all over the world.
Yeah.
And I had, I call him Dr. Sammy, is philosopher in philosophy at a university. And he actually, and this is another country, but at first I was like, what's he want my book for? Because 101 Men,
Yeah.
you know, you think sex, so you're kind of like that. So I asked him, why are you interested in my book? He says, you have something to say out there. And I really feel that the book needs to get out there.
Right.
And said to help all ages of girls. And so what he did, he took my book. I sent him the manuscript. Anyway, and so he broke it down, and he says he's going to send it to all the universities, and he wanted me to use it. He didn't want any money. He just felt that this was worth getting,
Getting it out.
sent out and a review for me, and I was really, I mean, I feel very privileged and proud, you know, that this is a very educated person that wants to help. You know, like in other countries, you know, sex is, you know, women and girls are misused.
Right.
You know, like that. So he's thinking my book to help all these girls so that we relate to listen to your inner voice. Don't use it, you know, like that. Don't build your life like I did on sex, you know, because you're only, it's empty.
Right.
After you're done, it's empty. You don't know the person. And then when you get to know them, you don't like them.
Right.
So you got to get to know him first. So when he did that and it broke it down, and wow, it was pretty powerful. Then I was actually contacted by a college in Texas. Can't remember the name, sorry. And she actually went to the college, and she worked with the newspaper of the college in the town.
Right.
And she was a college student. She wanted to interview me for half an hour. She interviewed me, asked me so many great questions to help college students.
Right.
And I thought, wow, I mean, if I can help anybody or share to say what to listen to, inner voice, respect yourself, like yourself.
That's awesome, though.
And not, yeah, oh.
That's awesome.
I know, it is. It is
It's really
truly
awesome.
a compliment.